Sure. How come people, or mostly racist people, how come they only understand the concept of like a fictional world having rules and laws and stuff like that? How come they only understand that when it applies to like defending rape and pedophilia, but not when they like see black characters? Like they'll see a black character. Well, they would never exist in this time. It doesn't make sense to them. This like they say a bunch of stupid stuff, right? But then you'll open up about how like this guy is dating a 7-year-old. He's actually kind of a rapist, bro. People will get in the comments. Well, actually, it's because the time period of the show takes place and it's based off of the early 1500s where they did date children back then. It was part of their culture. You shouldn't hold it against the anime. Now wait a damn minute, motherfucker. How can you understand that? But then fix your lips to sit here and be like, well, it doesn't make sense for you people to exist back then. I know what kind of man you are. I know what you are, big dog. It's okay. All right, you ain't got a lot of me. You ain't got a lot of the homies. Just know we know what you are. Cause what the fuck are you talking about? Well, actually, that's what they did back then. They just dated kids. So you okay with that? But you see a black person. Now what are you doing here? Okay, all right. I know what you are. I got you. And what I find craziest is that these same people will sit here with a straight face and get all fake intelligent and all that extra shit and be like, well, maybe you didn't understand the story. You just didn't pay attention. Go reread, loser. LARP, LARP, LARP. Like, that's what they'll do. Bro, you do realize that I can understand a story, maybe even like this story up until the point that they made one of the main characters, one of the premier main characters, a predator slash pedophile. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all need some more morals in y'all lives. Y'all ass think everything a fucking game. Nah, bro, y'all ass weird. No cap. This one goes out to all my older anime fans. Listen, just because you were watching anime in the 90s or 80s or whenever, it does not mean it wasn't or it was as popular as it is now. A lot of y'all be getting on this, and this is like either in my comment section or on the internet in general, and start telling the younger generation, yeah, y'all just were young, or you just think your generation was the only people who discovered it. No, bitch, y'all literally weren't in school with us. So how the fuck can y'all sit here and say with a straight face that people weren't being bullied or this, that, and the third? Because I can tell you like this, me personally, I wasn't bullied, but I know I got talked shit to. If I know for a fact me, a person who is at least somewhat confident in themselves and can watch anime, is getting talked shit about, I can only imagine the people who weren't that confident as I was and got talked shit about and just recoiled in fear, whatever. Like, gee, it is not that serious for y'all to sit here and act like y'all tough over old shit. Ain't no one still reminiscing about the old shit. We just have to acknowledge it. Like, come on now. Stop being ignorant for the sake of being ignorant. And to piggyback off my last statement, the way that y'all sit here and try to act like the way y'all watched the anime back then isn't entirely different to the way the people, like even my generation or a little bit older or even a little bit younger, watch anime now. Bro, I'm sure most of y'all probably had to watch anime either through a illegal streaming website, YouTube, through multiple parts with the little box on the bottom of the screen, or y'all barely could watch it on Toonami. Do you know how accessible anime is now? To sit here and say with a straight face that y'all have the same level of popularity as anime does now is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, this one has been confusing me for the last couple of weeks or for the last year or so. Why are people acting like being a pedophile isn't worse than being a killer? Because you know what? You can be a killer and have context behind being why you are a killer, self-defense or something to that degree. There is no justifiable reason as to why you are a pedophile. You do that shit for fun and you're a weirdo ass motherfucker. What is wrong with y'all? Like, genuinely, I do not like seeing people on the internet sit here and be like, well, actually, this, that, and the third, you know, maybe she was doing this, or maybe no, bro, that's a grown ass adult. If you don't get your weird ass the fuck on, stop trying to justify grown adults fucking with children. That's weird in every way possible. And I'm sorry, if you're gonna sit here and defend it in any way, shape, or fashion, please get off of my channel. I do not want you here. On the guys, that's no, fuck no. Hell no. Shit no. No. Like, I don't know how many different ways I can say it, dog. That is not right in any way, shape, or fashion. You don't know, or not even you don't know. It's weird. It's just weird. Let children be children and you go date adults. Because adults look better than fucking children. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, genuinely, why do y'all sit here and say with straight faces, oh, well, what about this? Well, what about that? What about this? When it comes to grown adults touching children, that's weird, dog. I don't know how many times I could say that. I need to stop doing that. I'd 1,000,000% much rather be a killer than I would be a pedophile. Because you know what? At least I could say I had a reason to kill somebody. You don't have a reason to say you're a pedophile. Okay, I think this is actually one of the few times this is a good like 16v4. Partially, because the 16 they have four characters specifically that I think would be able to fight this team on their own, and then them having additional others just makes it way too easy for the other team to win. And I'm specifically talking about Shinra Bancho Man, Rimuru, Sun Jin Woo, and Mori Jin. For the people who are going to sit here and be like, well, you can't use the strongest versions. Why the fuck not? This is supposed to not only be a death battle, but it's supposed to, you give this other team the all the hacks from each of their verses, or all the powers from each of their verses in general. I think it's pretty fair to give the other team the strongest versions of each of their strongest combatants. So Sun Jin Woo at his max, I can't say I fully know his scaling, but he does have a large amount. He basically has like infinite shadows, and then is able to fight for such a long amount of time that it's crazy work. And then Mori Jin, I'm not even going to talk about him. Y'all know I love Mori Jin and I glaze him to death. Rimuru and Shinra Bancho Man are way too tough. So I just don't know if Goku, or not Goku could fight them for a long time. I just don't know if Luffy and Naruto are going to hold on for a long time. Ichigo might, but even then, with Shinra Bancho Man and Rimuru there, I don't know how long he could. Because Morijin and Sung Jin Woo alone could create an army for both teams. Here's the thing, I'm not trying to just overly like leave out the fact that this team is stacked with the way Goku has every ability, and specifically Ichigo having every ability. Like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Naruto and Luffy, yes, they have a lot of good abilities too. Don't misconstrue. But it's the fact that Morijin and Sung Jin Woo can do a lot of what Naruto and Luffy can do, but on a grander and better scale, with Mori and Sung Jin Woo being able to spam not only clones but also just other shadows and stuff like that on the battlefield, as well as Rimuru and Shinra Bancho Man having the power to create universes. Like, genuinely, the only person on that team who does have that power is Ichigo and Goku, and them. I ain't gonna lie, they're gonna have an uphill battle having to fight Morijin, Sunjin, Rimuru, and Shinra, plus the others. I don't know. Like, they may be able to get past the others easily. No cap. I think I need white people to start doing better on calling out their racist brethren, because white people really sit here and act like they'll sit here and specifically the racist ones. I'm not talking about all, but I'm talking about the racist ones. They love to get mad at like certain situations, and then when they retaliate in a racist way, they be like, oh, so this isn't allowed anymore. Like, they're actually being attacked, which is crazy. And for those who don't know how to listen to stuff without examples, I'll give you one. Recently, when Drewski did the the conservative woman skit where he supposedly dressed as Erica Kirk, bruh, the fact that so many people got mad at that, and then Jake Paul tried to be like, oh, but when I come out with the blackface skit, it'll change the whole game or whatever it is. And then recently there was a clip of him and Waka Flocka talking, and he was like, well, why isn't comedy allowed? That's not comedy. Y'all literally know that blackface was used to demean and be racist towards black people. So to sit here and act like somebody's just taking away one of your abilities to speak and say things is weird as fuck, because that's not what you're doing with that. You're actively trying to harm and hurt people's feelings with that, which goes against certain things. Because, dude, actually, I'm not finished. I'm sorry. Y'all are smart enough to understand. And if you aren't, then I'm not gonna indulge your stupidity, and I can't, because it's for the sake of my sanity. But the way that y'all are actually like not understand that making racist jokes is bad, but then get mad at other people when they make jokes on the people you like the way y'all were constantly making jokes about George Floyd to this day, but got so overpressed when people made jokes about Charlie Kirk. It's crazy, bro. And then y'all tried to compare him to MLK, which is wicked, but that's not the main point. My main point is the fact that y'all sit here with a straight face and get so high and mighty when it comes to you, but then want to sit here and switch up when it's like when other people call you out. We know what y'all are. Just say that y'all like having the advantages of the system. People would respect you way more, but y'all don't. Y'all hide behind words and laws like a bunch of bitches. So it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. No cap, I think we need to start teaching the young men and boys of the world that it's okay to like feminine stuff. Like, genuinely, if you like feminine stuff, it is all right. Just find a perfect balance of how much you like feminine stuff. Or if you end up liking feminine stuff a lot, do you, I guess. It don't really matter. Just know you'll probably get made fun of. It is what it is. But I hate when people disregard that that men liking feminine stuff automatically means they're gay. I'm sorry. Some of the funniest and most masculine characters in fiction and in real life, but mostly in fiction that people look up to, they have been or liked feminine stuff. Like recently with the boys, Butcher has been known to be one of the most masculine men or whatever it is. Bro likes the fucking Spice Girls. Like, let's be so for real. Please stop just acting like only liking masculine stuff is only for men, or only liking masculine stuff is only reserved for one set of people. Because Dean Winchester, everyone's favorite guy, is likes feminine stuff. He likes rom-coms, and he wore girls' underwear one time, and he liked it. Fuck wrong. I ain't gonna lie. I got a question for all my YNs, and I hate calling y'all YNs, so I'm only gonna say it once. Why don't y'all go play hockey? Like me and my brothers was talking about this the other day, bro. Y'all be so mad and so angry at shit, bro. Go play hockey. They let you fight on the rink. And here's the thing: if you want to say, oh, they can't fight, you get a stick, you get a weapon. So I don't want to hear nothing. Y'all better go start playing hockey and stop sticking to just football and basketball, because ain't no way y'all missing out on the ability to beat people for fun just to go shoot people. Go do better. Go beat people up again. Y'all need to throw. No cap. I recently watched Obsession, and I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people were trying to compare it to different movies or like stuff they've seen before, and for some reason everybody couldn't really come up with like different words. Besides one channel I watch, Double Toasted, for some reason they always got comparisons for stuff. But bro, everybody's like, oh, it's this new fresh idea. I'm like, I won't say it's not a new idea or it's not fresh, because it's done in a really well way. It's just, to me, it kind of just felt like The Substance and Get Out. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny or silly or any way, like none of that shit. It just, to me, I got Get Out and The Substance vibe. Specifically, the phone call scene where Buddy calls the customer service, that felt like The Substance to me. That felt exactly like The Substance, when Shorty called customer service and got the answer she wanted, just not the answer she wanted. Or no, she got the answer she needed. She didn't get the answer she wanted. So I felt like it was the same thing for that for bro in the sub or in Obsession. He called them and was like, "Hey, is this real or this and the third?" He got the answers he needed, not the answers he wanted. And so that's kind of where I got the. And then for Get Out, it kind of just felt like Nikki was just dealing with Get Out, whatever it was. Even though the director says that it is just that person, I think they're possessed. Regardless, they are floating or somewhere where they're spiritually not there fully, and that shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, crazy as fuck. So I just think it was a mix of Get Out and Substance, but it's still a good movie. The actress did a great job. No cap. I'm kind of surprised that a lot of people are just now figuring out that Michael Jackson was abused as a kid, and the only reason I'm speaking on this is because recently I saw the influx of the Flo Milli song Flo Jackson, where she's like, "I beat a nigga ass, feeling like Joe Jackson." Bruh, a lot of people were just like, after seeing the Michael movie, I understand this bar now. I'm like, damn. So nobody knew that Michael was abused as a kid? I thought we all knew this. Genuinely, I thought we all knew this. Like, no bullshit. Not trying to be funny, not trying to be none of that. There is other Michael movies like that have been made in the past, and they're not like full on movies the way this one was. They're more so like a mix of documentaries and like movie stuff. So when people were like, "Oh, I just now understood this bar after watching the Michael movie," or this, that, and third, I'm like, damn, bro. I'm sorry. They hid so much information about Michael Jackson. It's crazy to see. Because I've known for years years, I'll tell you that like Michael Jackson was abused as a kid and got beat and stuff like that. I feel bad for y'all for not knowing this. Like to an extent to where a lot of y'all were like, "Oh, I'm a Michael Jackson fan," but y'all didn't know he was. All right, okay, bro. Sure, you got it. And I won't even say I act like I'm a Michael Jackson super fan, but I love Michael Jackson. He's the reason I wanted to dance for so long as a kid and why I can dance. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like he ain't do nothing for me. Shout out Michael Jackson. Rest in peace to GOAT. But I can't believe y'all are just now figuring out that Michael Jackson was abused as a kid. I need a lot of y'all so-called Michael fans to be and do better, dog. Because what the fuck are we talking about, man? I ain't gonna lie, this video is probably gonna be up in a few weeks, or at least a week. Regardless, it'll have been a while since I have, or since it has been posted and seen and whatever. But I'm gonna say it anyways. Spoilers for the boys, specifically the season finale. I absolutely adored the way they took away Homelander's powers and he immediately became a bitch. And I also adored how they actually went with one of the more comic accurate things of having Huey kill Butcher. Because both, yes, both needed to go. But one of the things that pissed me off, why the fuck did y'all cancel Gen V just to do nothing with the Gen V characters? And yes, I know some people are like, well, there is a sequel series that is coming that could possibly take place after The Boys. Well, why ain't y'all just use Gen V for that? Like, genuinely. Why ain't y'all just use Gen V to continue the series when it makes the most sense to have the younger cast of superheroes who are literally in school for superhero stuff be the main characters from now on? Especially since they've had so many The Boys cameos. I'm pretty sure they had most of the cast. They had Homelander, they had Victoria Newman, they had Billy, they had Stan, they had everybody. Like there's short only a few people because I know Starlight and A-Train even came in at the end of season 2. So for them to sit here and not use them, wicked, bro. I absolutely hated that. And to the people who are like, well, why would they use them? Because Marie was very much set up to be on the same level, or the reason why they stopped Homelander. And you want to sit and you can sit here and try to lie, be like, no, they didn't set that up. Yes, the fuck they did. Why the fuck would she be Odessa Project if she wasn't?